And now it's just you. You and this sprawling, decrepit estate. You're back in the kitchen, ready to craft a beautiful peanut butter and jelly sandwich. It's a daunting task, given the state of this place. But the aggressive growls of your stomach outweigh your fear of food poisoning. To get started, you'll probably need to find some peanut butter, some jelly, a bread. Bread and a plate. A bread. And a knife. Talk to Frooper. Frooper hisses as you draw near and remains firmly in place. You might want to talk to me, but I don't want to talk to you. Go away. I offer her your boiled peanuts, yes! You extend your arm and offer Frooper your bag of boiled peanuts as a token of peace. I feel like we got off on the wrong foot. Want some boiled peanuts? Mon Dieu, non! Do you like living here? I despise small talk. If you won't take the hint, I suppose I'll have to take things into my own hands. Oh, no. Frooper lunges at your hand and bites you hard. You back away. Okay, goodness. Search the fridge. As you approach the fridge, your eyes catch a note taped to the door reading, Janie, stay out, in all caps. Below it, in separate handwriting, are the words, Okie dokie! You open the fridge. You already feel a deep urge to wash your hands, even though you have yet to touch anything other than the handle. Examine old takeout. Oh. Why did you do that? What were you expecting? This takeout container is disgusting beyond words. A liquefied mess wholly congealed in its styrofoam shell. You can't even tell what it used to be. This substance doesn't just smell bad, it smells ancient. Eat it? No. For God's sake, put it back. Your body reacts before you even register what you're doing, compelled by a deep primal disgust. Shove the container back into the fridge, pushing it into the depths of the shelves and out of your mind. Hopefully you can forget it exists and move on with your life. You reach for one of the unopened jars of grape jelly, carefully checking its expiration date. You breathe a sigh of release when you realize it's recent. This was either purchased specifically for you, or jelly is one of the few things in this kitchen Tabitha actually uses. All you need now is a plate, a knife, bread, and some peanut butter. Better close this fridge and keep looking. Search the pantry. Oh, we got some Jif. Tabitha sure loves her mac and cheese. Keen eye, look closer. Ooh! You squint into the darkness of the pantry, behind the molded bread. Oh. A single book lies forgotten, a thin layer of dust collected on its cover. You pick it up. You flip to a bookmarked page. Both Calf's Brain and Aspic are unappetizing enough on their own, and you can only imagine how vile the combination of the two would be. What kind of person would call this their favorite food? No wonder your mom ran far, far away from this place. Shut the book and put it back in its place. Take peanut butter. The king of nut butters, and only 3% of each jar is mashed up cockroach. Cool. All you need now is a plate, a knife, and some bread. Take bread. Is there any that's... You pick up one of the non-moldy loaves of bread. Great. One step closer to a satisfying snack. Search the cabinets. This cabinet must be where Tabitha keeps the dishware and, oddly enough, the utensils. Grab a plate and a butter knife. You grab a plate and a butter knife. This is the last ingredient you needed to make your PB&J. Time to get to work. Examine the shot glass. It reads, I survived Deb's 50th. Your aunt's name was Pearlan, so this wasn't from her 50th. From the few stories you'd heard from your mom, Pearlan wasn't the type to have hitsy friends who gave out themed shot glasses at their birthday parties. Keen eye. Maybe it belongs to Janie. You imagine she might need an alcoholic beverage to get through cleaning this place, especially with Tabitha's sour face peering over her shoulder. You close the cabinet and look back to the rest of the kitchen. Make that PB&J! Despite the state of this horrendous kitchen, you have successfully combined your 3 ingredients to make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Congratulations! You can feed yourself. A job well done. Now that you've finally eaten, the aches and pains of your journey have started to sink deep into your bones. You stumble up the stairs to your room, suitcase in tow, and eager to unwind before you face the rest of the day. You stand at the entrance to your room. Put your spare clothes in the dresser. You drag your suitcase over to the dresser and open the bottom drawer. An opossum lurks within. It is quiet, but angry. Afraid! Whoa, 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 whoa. Offer him your boiled peanuts, young! You hold out your still dripping bag of boiled peanuts. Afraid! Death comes for Dustin! Close the drawer. You might as well leave Dustin be. Check out the closet. Whoa, look at that doll! You can see why your cousin said you should put your clothes in the dresser instead of this closet. There must be decades of family history stacked up in here. Pick up the doll. Of course, you're staring a room with a creepy doll. You pick it up to examine it more closely. Its foot reads, Property of Alexandra. No need to carry this around with you. I don't really want to go to the Forbidden Wings. I'm going to hurt myself. Let's go to town. Now that you're settled in, there's not much left for you to do here, then head out and explore the town. You do just that. If you'd have known you'd wind up having to walk all the way back to town, you probably would have just asked Tabitha to leave you at the bus stop, especially with how unhappy she seemed to see you. If only you could wipe the slate between the two of you clean and bury some of the tension, though maybe her mother's funeral isn't the best time for something like that. Then again, maybe it's the perfect time. Finally, you made it back to town. The Holler, as that guy on the bus called it, has probably seen better days. It still has the feeling of an idyllic country town, but its sidewalks are cracked and many of the storefronts are boarded up, their windows dusty with age. A chill breeze sweeps down the lane and you shudder, suddenly feeling as if you're peering into a grave. Ooh, a doggo! Gretchen, come back! Quick, bothering strangers! Is that the dog talking? Why, I do declare, who is this stranger, and why does the smell of peanut butter? Why does she smell of peanut butter? Sorry about that. Gretchen can be very slippery when she wants to be. She loves to get loose and cause havoc. Explore, talk to animals, item, offer Gretchen your boiled peanuts. Want some boiled peanuts, Gretchen? You open up the bag and hold it in front of Gretchen. Why, yes, of course, I must certainly do. Aw, that's sweet of you, but those are probably way too salty for my little Gretch. It's nice to meet you, Gretchen. I'm Comet. My, oh my, I can't remember the last time I met a newcomer who was so wonderfully polite. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance, Comet. That's a funny way to introduce yourself. I'm Stella. It's not often I see a strange face up in the Holler. Every now and then there's a new crop of coal folks, but you don't look dusty enough for that. Why's she blushing? You aren't in town for the funeral, are you? The Scarlet funeral? Yep. Just got in town today. Wow, I didn't think there would be anyone else coming. Are you staying with Tabby? How's she holding up? Upon mention of your cousin, Gretchen mutters under her breath. Ooh. One of these days I'll get that Tabitha to pet me. I haven't seen her since Pelan passed. Or for a while before that, now that I think about it. Keen eye, she's putting on her front. I don't think she's doing too well. She's been icy, sure, but it feels like she's putting it on as a front. I don't know if I should be airing out that to this person I've just met, actually. Like, I don't know her. You know, I don't know Stella. I don't know if Stella is actually a mean girl, right? Like, she seems nice to me, but maybe she's just trying to get dirt on our cousin. Oh, well, can't go back now. She's always been a little rough around the edges, to be honest. It's always been hard to tell if she's just the way she is or if she's putting on an act her whole life. To think she's been up in that old mansion all by herself. It'll probably be good for her now that you're staying there, even if she doesn't think so herself. She's really not worth your time. How long have you known her? Oh, quite a long time. The town's really small, so everybody's known everybody else as far back as they can remember. Tabby and I got a little close when we were both in the school's production of A Midsummer Night's Dream. I was Puck and she was Mustard Seed. As you might have expected. She was more than a little prickly, but I managed to soften her up a bit in the end. Ooh. But then she graduated, and that was that. I haven't seen that girl. Oh, this is Gretchen. I haven't seen that girl or her horrible little cat since I was middle-aged. Oh, before it slips my mind, if you're staying up in that spooky old mansion, you must have met the Fro-Fro. How does that monster fare? Ignore Gretchen lest Stella discover your little quirk. I don't know, I kinda wanna get the goss here, so... Sounds like you and Frufru have a history. Wait, what? Are you messing with me? You can't actually talk to my dog, right? Lie. Haha, yes, this is a joke. I cannot talk to animals. Yeah, of course. That'd be ridiculous. You and Stella maintain silent, awkward eye contact. Oh, we certainly do. Next time you see that devil, please send my regards. And do let her know that not only do I still draw breath, but I very much still plan to outlive her. Interesting. Oh, if you just got to town, you must be starving. Nah, I had a PB&J. I was just on my way to the diner for a coffee, and they've got amazing biscuits. My treat. Biscuits, your treat, hell yeah. Awesome, let's go. Ooh, plenty of people here. The pleasant aroma of greasy breakfast food hangs heavy in the air. In contrast with the empty, lifeless atmosphere of the family estate, the diner is filled with the comforting din of human life. All of which grinds to a sudden halt as the patrons realize that a stranger has entered the establishment. Oh. Even the little girl is like, what the hell? Hey everyone, I'm Comet. Just in town for the funeral. Before anyone can respond, you and Stella casually slide into a booth, pretending the whole town didn't just gawk at you like a sideshow attraction. Okay, well, folks around here don't meet many strangers as is, and with who you're related to, well, let's just say you'll be the talk of the town for a while. Kenai, as you settle into the booth, you can't help but pick up some of the murmurs of conversation around you. I don't know if I trust Stella. You know, listen in. Stella turns to Gretchen while you take a quick look around the diner. At the counter, two policemen and a woman, you assume to be the owner, shoot sidelong glances in your direction while whispering to each other. Vivian's kid. Never thought we'd actually meet her. Looks so much like her. Oh yes, those eyes are unmistakable. That haunted look. What? I always thought it'd go away once she finally got out of this town, but I guess unhappiness was baked into her DNA. What the fuck? I'm not unhappy. I had a PB&J today. And I got some boiled peanuts on the bus. A young mother and her syrup-stained child sit at the table across from you. Mommy, who's that? Don't stare, Tulip. That's Miss Tabitha's cousin. Oh, so that's why she looks so sad. I would look so too if I had Miss Tabitha as a cousin. What? Do you think Tabitha's cousin is mean too? I don't know. I'll find out next time I go visit Miss Tabitha. Are you gonna finish your pancakes? They're almost cold, Sweet Pea. We've got to get home to help Daddy. In the far back corner, a man sits alone on a small table, sipping coffee and reading a paper. Why are the strangers who wander into town never gorgeous blonde ladies of an appropriate age? Why is it always cowboys, punks, and whippersnappers? This man wants something very specific. Lastly, a group of coal miners sit hunched around the corner booth, readily scarfing down heaping plates of food. So that's the boss's cousin. There's that funeral this week, if I'm remembering right, for old Miss Pellin. May she rot in peace. Oh, let the lady rest, Sax. One shouldn't speak ill of the dead, no matter how foul they were. Whoa. Especially before they've been so much as laid to rest. If you'd been around in her heyday, you'd be speaking ill too, Rodriguez. He's right. Nastiest woman I've ever met. And Tabitha is a blessing compared to her. Curse the whole lot of them. May every Scarlet burn in hell. Whoa. That's enough of that. Hey Stella, I went ahead and fixed you up a coffee. They quietly place a cup of coffee in front of Stella. And here's some bacon for the little lady. For me? For me? Oh, Gretchen. Gretchen sniffs the bacon and digs in. Tip, you can hit the H button on your keyboard to hide the text box at any time. Yeah. Look at her go. Anything for you? The name's Avery. I'll be taking care of you today. Offer them your boiled peanuts. Stinky. Stinky. What the hell? What? Boiled egg stinky? I don't know what you're talking about. You hold out the still dripping bag of boiled peanuts. Gretchen sniffs at the spatters of brine on the table and licks her lips expectantly. We got some boiled peanuts on the bus and we've been offering them to everyone. No takers yet. No, thanks. I shouldn't take gifts while I'm on my shift. You know, if you ever want to get rid of those peanuts, there's a trash can right by the door. There's also my mouth if you find myself looking for an alternative receptacle. Anyway, the funeral's not till Sunday, right? That gives you quite a bit of time to slum around town. I'm trying to think if there are any cool events going on this week. There's always the reading adventure at the library, which is supposed to be for little kids, but I do it every month anyway. Oh, and I'm pretty sure Avery's throwing a party Saturday night, so that's a fun thing to look forward to. Yeah, a party on Saturday, show up hungover to the funeral. Sounds like a great idea. And there's the weekly Sunday potluck. Oh my god. We can give the... We can have the boiled peanuts at the potluck if nobody's taken them by then, right? Right? Is the potluck like a church thing? Would it be a weird for me to come if I'm not a member? No, the Sunday thing is coincidental. It's actually hosted by the library. Not too many people go to church around here, if I'm being honest. Isn't this like the rural south? That's gotta be unusual. I know, we must seem like such heathens. But there are plenty of God-fearing folks in my town, they just aren't the biggest fans of the local church. Interesting. Well, the building's okay, but the pastor's another story. There's just something a little off about the guy. A little creepy. You'll get what I mean if you ever meet him, okay? And unfortunately, you probably will. Anyway, those are all the big events I can think of. As for the day-to-day, any idea how you want to kill time for the rest of the week? Keen eye. You have something in mind? Something's telling me this is a loaded question. Was I being that obvious? My job means I spend a lot of time in the woods with a camera, and it's always better when someone else is there to... Before Stella can finish, Avery returns. Biscuit in tow, sorry. She didn't order one for herself? Here's your biscuit. Winnie says it's on the house. She sends her condolences. Oh, well, that's nice. Thanks, it looks great. You pick up the biscuit. It's delicate and fluffy. It nearly crumbles at your touch. Buttery warmth emanates from its surface. You take a bite. It melts in your mouth, as if it was nothing but butter suspended in a thin matrix of dough. Truly, this is a perfect biscuit. Whoa. This is a really good biscuit. Whoa. I'm so glad you like it. Avery lingers at the table for a moment. So, has Stella mentioned she's famous? What? No?